Next, I'd like to show you the flexibility that CAMWorks gives you in adjusting the operations for your part's features. Since every part is different, it's impossible to show you a single best way to adjust your operation parameters. But I do want to give you a conceptual understanding of the options that are available, and leave it up to you to determine the best approach for the parts you are working with. A good way to get started is to run a simulation of your tool paths and determine which operations can be optimized. For this example, I will use one of these pockets to illustrate. If I right-click on the first roughing operation for this pocket in the operation tree, I can select Edit Definition. This is the Operation Parameters dialog box. Here, under the Mill Tool tab, you can make adjustments to the type of tool you are using for various surfaces, and you can also specify the size of the tool here for either custom tools or possibly reground tools. The Cutting Parameters button will allow you to override the feeds and speeds as well as coolant options for this particular tool. Under this next tab, you can enter information for a specific tool holder. Under the Tool Crib tab, you can select from tools that are already loaded in this tool crib or from the technology database. This is the same tool crib that we saw when we defined our machine. I can either replace a tool in the tool crib or I can add one. Since there are thousands of tools in the technology database, I can usually find the exact tool I'm looking for by using the appropriate selection filters. This column here indicates the number of times each particular tool is being used on the part. This can help you optimize your setup by determining if you can use one tool for multiple operations rather than switching to a different tool, which will give the same results. By minimizing the number of tools being used, you can greatly reduce your machining time. Again, I'd like to mention that any changes I make here to the current tool crib will only affect the current part I'm working with. It will not make a global change to the tool crib in the technology database. When I highlight the tool I'm looking for, I will press Select to make this the active tool for this operation. CAMWorks will also prompt me that the corresponding tool holder will be changed as well. The Station tab lets me enter information like the tool number, station ID, and gauge offsets. I can also add a comment and see how often and where this tool is used, which is pretty useful. For now, let's move on to the next tab, the Feeds and Speeds tab.